Hi everyone, Cosmic Mango here, your favourite mango from outer space. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I think it's important for people to know that they don't have to spend a lot of money on a commander to have fun in the format. In fact, there are so many amazing commanders that can be purchased and even built on a budget, but often get overlooked or shadowed by the new big thing, which usually costs quite a few bucks to buy. So I'm here today to share with you some awesome commanders that are fun to play and can be purchased on a budget. So if you're either new to the format and looking for a budget way into the format, or if you just have an itch to play a new command that isn't going to break your wallet, then look no further. I'm here to help. Before we start, I would like to mention my friends at Paramount Designs. They make amazing playmats with fantastic quality. If you're interested in picking up a new playmat with great artwork, check out the link in my description below, which is offering a special discount code for my YouTube viewers. Okie dokie everyone, without further ado, sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Number 1. Hapatra, Vizier of Poisons, a legendary human cleric creature that costs 1 black, 1 green mana to cast. She has 2 power and 2 toughness and says the following. Whenever Hapatra Vizier of Poisons deals combat damage to a player, you may put a -1/-1 counter on target creature. Whenever you put 1 or more -1/-1 counters on a creature, create a 1/1 green snake creature token with Death Touch. Okay, at a first glance, Hapatra may look slightly underwhelming, but trust me, this opinion is very wrong. I once believed it until I saw what she's capable of, and boy oh boy was I wrong. Combined with the right deck of cards, Hapatra is a real powerhouse. She has a very low casting cost of just 2 total mana, which means you can get her out very, very fast. The amount of board advantage she can make with her snakes is pretty wild. They also have Death Touch, which will really make your opponents think each combat step. Hapatra also utilizes -1/-1 counters, which are effective in taking out indestructible creatures. Hapatra is a lot of fun to play and introduces some good learning elements to players new to the game, with her numerous triggers and abilities. You can buy this commander for around $1.20. Number 2. Baba Lysaga, Night Witch, a legendary human warlock creature that costs 1 green, 1 black and 1 generic mana to cast. She has 3 power and 3 toughness and says the following. Tap, sacrifice up to 3 permanents. If there were 3 or more card types among the sacrificed permanents, each opponent loses 3 life and you gain 3 life, and you draw 3 cards. Okay, before we get into details, I just want to say I love this commander's name. Baba Lysaga has a great ring to it. Reminds me slightly of the Russian word for grandma, babushka. Anyway, enough of my silly rambling. Baba Lysaga is an absolute blast to play in commander, a super janky deck of delight. She can be used and built around in so many ways. Sacrifice matter decks, card advantage decks, she can do loads of cool things. You can buy this commander for around 40 cents. Number 3. Shirei, Shizo's Caretaker, a legendary spirit creature that costs 1 black and 4 generic mana to cast. It has 2 power and 2 toughness and says the following. Whenever a creature with power 1 or less is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, you may return that card to the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step, if Shirei, Shizo's Caretaker, is still on the battlefield. Shirei has a pretty steep casting cost of 5 total mana, but with today's vast options of mana rocks, it shouldn't be too much of a problem to get this commander out. Shirei is extremely easy to build around and totally budget friendly. Oh, and not to mention, very fun to pilot. The best strategy with Shirei, in my opinion, is to build a deck around Shirei's strong ability, which can trigger all turn cycles. For this, we have to utilize sack outlets and play creatures with low power that generate large advantages when they are sacrificed. Then we continue this loop each turn cycle. Before you know it, you're winning the game. Cards such as Elderfan Disciple can do wonders in a deck like this. You can buy this commander for around 40 cents. Number 4. Vadrik, Astral Archmage, a legendary human wizard creature that costs 1 red, 1 blue and 1 generic mana to cast. He has 1 power and 2 toughness and says the following. If it's neither day or night, it becomes day as Vadrik, Astral Archmage, enters the battlefield. Instant and sorcery spells you cast cost X less to cast, where X is Vadrik's power. Whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, put a +1/+1 counter on Vadrik. This is a pretty unique commander, and I would even say underplayed. I have never faced off against a Vadrik deck, but have seen it a few times on some commander gameplay videos here on YouTube. In simple terms, Vadrik discounts spells based on his power. Find some nice ways to buff this boy up into a big boy, and you'll be having a blast casting spells at a massive reduced cost. You can buy this commander for around 50 cents. Number 5. Valduk, Keeper of the Flame. A legendary human shaman creature that costs 1 red and 2 generic mana to cast. He has 3 power and 2 toughness and says the following. At the beginning of combat on your turn, for each ore and equipment attached to Valduk, Keeper of the Flame, create a 3/1 red elemental creature token with trample and haste. Exile those tokens at the beginning of the next end step. This commander is hyper aggressive and very fun to play, offering an extremely simple and easy to pick up playstyle. Perfect for new players. Throw as many aura and equipment as you can onto a Valduk and flood the board with tokens to start taking your opponent's life totals down. You can buy this commander for around 35 cents. Number 6. Krenko, Tin Street Kingpin. A legendary goblin creature that costs 1 red and 2 generic mana to cast. He has 1 power and 2 toughness and says the following. Whenever Krenko Tin Street Kingpin attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then create a number of 1/1 red goblin creature tokens equal to Krenko's power. Krenko is the coolest of all the goblins, and this version of him is really sweet. Fun to play and very strong. A real cool strategy with Krenko is to give him unblockable, so you can easily swing to stack up those counters. The card Whisper Silk Cloak can do this for you. You're going to also want to buff him up with some nice equipment and auras. The higher his power becomes, the more goblins you can create. Things can get out of hand very fast with this commander, but for your opponents. Very good for you, very annoying for them. And you can buy this commander for around $1.20. Number 7. Lathiel, the Bounteous Dawn. A legendary unicorn creature that costs 1 white, 1 green and 2 generic mana to cast. It has 2 power and 2 toughness and says the following. Lifelink. At the beginning of each end step, if you gain life this turn, distribute up to that many +1/+1 counters and on any number of other target creatures. If you're into life gain decks, Lathiel is a superb and fun to play commander for you. Please note, Lathiel triggers at each step, not only our end step, but also on our opponent's end step, meaning you can really get the snowball rolling with this commander. So if you're into life gain decks and unicorns, then Lathiel is a no-brainer. You can buy this commander for around 40 cents. Number 8, the final card on my list, Ezuri, Claw of Progress. A legendary Phyrexian elf warrior creature that costs 1 blue, 1 green and 2 generic mana to cast. He has 3 power and 3 toughness and says the following. Whenever a creature with power 2 or less enters the battlefield under your control, you get an experience counter. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on another target creature you control, where X is the number of experience counters you have. Ezuri is a very powerful commander. In fact, I would argue and say he's probably the strongest commander on this list. Not only is he Simic, which you all know is a very powerful pair, he also has a freaking amazing ability. The idea is play lots of evasive small creatures with power 2 or less. When they enter, we can stack up our experience counters, then at the beginning of combat, throw those counters onto one of your little creatures. It'll be like giving them steroids as they grow into buff monsters ready to eat away at our opponent's life totals. If they have unblockable, you'll easily be able to swing into your opponent's life totals. This commander is hyper fun to play and can win games very fast. You can buy this commander for around $1. Okay everyone, we have come to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching and thanks for making it this far. You rock. If you did enjoy the video, please could you drop a like, comment and subscribe to the channel. I would really like to know if you have any recommendations on a commander you believe to be fun to play and can be purchased on a budget. If you do, please share in the comment section below. Thanks for watching everyone, and as always, take care and goodbye.